When he was 13, he had as fine a technique as any violinist in Cincinnati. Everyone said so. But playing the violin must be easier than the piano. She knew it must be. She always watched his hands when he played. Thin only at the joints, with the hard little blobs of flesh bulging over the short-cut nails, and the babyish-looking crease that showed so plainly in his bowing wrist. In the dreams, as when she was awake, she could remember the concert only in a blur. True, the papers had praised Jaime more than her, but he was much shorter than she. When they stood together on the stage, he came only to her shoulders. And that made a difference with people, she knew. Also, there was the matter of the sonata they played together. The block. No, I don't think that would be appropriate, Mr. Bilderbach had said when the block was suggested to end the program. He had given in. Later, after the reviews had said she lacked the temperament for that type of music, after they called her playing thin and lacking in feeling, she felt cheated. That oi stuff, said Mr. Bilderbach, crackling the newspapers at her. Not for you, Bienchen. Leave all that to the Heimies and the Witzes and Skis. Oh, Wunderkind. No matter what the paper said, that was what he had called her. Why was it Jaime had done so much better at the concert than she? At school sometimes, when she was supposed to be watching someone do a geometry problem on the blackboard, the question would twist knife-like inside her. It wasn't just the block and her not being Jewish. Not entirely. It wasn't that Jaime had begun his training so early either. It was, play the Fantasia and the Fugue, Mr. Bilderbach had demanded one evening a year ago, after he and Mr. Laskowitz had finished reading some music together. The Bach, as she played, seemed to her well done. She stood up from the piano when it was over, swallowing to loosen the bands that the music seemed to have drawn around her throat and chest. Francis, Mr. Laskowitz had said then, suddenly, looking at her with his thin mouth curved and his eyes almost covered by their delicate lids. Do you know how many children Bach had? She turned to him, puzzled. A good many. 20-some-odd. Well then, the corners of his smile etched themselves gently in his pale face. He could not have been so cold. Mr. Bilderbach was not pleased. His guttural effulgence of German words had Kind in it. She had caught the point easily enough, but she felt no deception in keeping her face blank and immature because that was the way Mr. Bilderbach wanted her to look. Yet such things had nothing to do with it. Nothing very much, at least, for she would grow older. Mr. Bilderbach understood that. In the dreams, his face loomed out and contracted in the center of the whirling circle. The lips surging softly, the veins in his temples insisting. But sometimes, before she slept, there were such clear memories, as when she pulled a hole in the heel of her stocking down so that her toe would hide it. Bienchen, Bienchen! And bringing Mrs. Bilderbach's work basket in and showing her how it should be darned, and not gathered together in a lumpy heap. Nothing mattered much now except playing the music as it must be played, bringing out the thing that must be in her, practicing, playing so that Mr. Bilderbach's face lost some of its urging look. What had begun to happen to her 4 months ago? The notes began springing out with a glib, dead intonation. Adolescence, she thought. Some kids played with promise, and worked until, like her, the least little thing would start them crying, and worn out with trying to get the thing across. The longing thing they felt. Something queer began to happen. But not she. She was like Jaime. She had to be. Once it was there for sure, and you didn't lose things like that. A Wunderkind of her, he said it, rolling the words in the sure, deep German way. This afternoon, Mr. Bilderbach did not show Mr. Blazkowicz to the front door, as he usually did. He stayed at the piano, softly pressing a solitary note. "A good picture of Jaime," she said, picking up her music. "I got a letter from him a couple of months ago, telling about hearing Schnabel and Tuberman and about Carnegie Hall." To put off going into the studio a moment longer, she waited until Mr. Blazkowicz was ready to leave. It was growing late, and the air was seeped with the pale yellow of winter twilight. When the door swung to on its hinges, the house seemed darker and more silent than ever before she had known it to be. As she went into the studio, Mr. Bilderbach got up from the piano and silently watched her settle herself at the keyboard. "Well, Bienchen," he said, "this afternoon we are going to begin all over. Forget the last few months." He looked as though he were trying to act a part in a movie.
Thank you for pointing that out. No connection to Portnoy's complaint. Joseph Roth, Jewish writer who died in Paris just on the eve of the Second World War of acute alcoholism. Poor old Joseph was a bit of a write-off when the Germans marched into Paris.
Well, of course, it's a subject you know something about as well. Do you think that you felt a kind of empathy with him for your past Hellenistic days?
I hadn't thought of that. I wasn't in Paris, though, when the Germans marched in.
No, you're not that.
You're referring to some other similarity. But, yes, hedonistic. I really don't think alcoholism is very hedonistic. Very few terminal alcoholics having a great time. I can assure you.
I was trying to be polite.
Oh, you are polite. We all know what you mean.
Let's talk about that book, The Radetzky March, a bit more, because it's been described as standing between the 19th and 20th centuries. Yet with this portrait it has of this rudderless society, the loss of ideology, the emptiness of sort of social escalation, which is what happens with the Potter family, isn't it? It's very much a novel of our time, isn't it?
It is. I like always the art and literature of, as it were, the pre-cataclysmic art and literature. Things that are painted and written and composed before some tremendous social upheaval. And of course, the world changed after the First World War. This book concerns itself really with this family in those days, before the war. And Roth really gets the feeling of it, this impending disaster.
What do you think pre-cataclysmic literature offers?
Well, it just offers a lot to me. I've always felt on the brink of disaster. And it has an intensity. There's no question of it. When you listen to music that was written just before the Second World War, or books that were written right on the eve of that disaster, there's an energy that is absent from things that are just confected in a time of tranquility and peace. Roth was a very sensitive writer. Perhaps, indeed, he was so sensitive he had to drown his sensitivity in drugs and alcohol. He did nevertheless manage to write quite a number of books, all of which are now in print.
Your wife has described the hilarity with which you enjoy your own jokes, sometimes in the comfort of your own office even. There's nothing laugh out loud in your book choices, really, is there? Is your reading the kind of dark yin to your comedy yang?
I haven't produced anything terribly funny. The South Wind is funny. Radetzky March isn't. And my other choice, The Monk, which was a book Mrs. Bird produced. I think you're ready for this, Mr. Humphreys. And it was called The Monk. And it was written by a man called Matthew Gregory Lewis at the age of 19. He was very rich. His father had great estates in the Caribbean, sugar plantations. And Lewis wrote what he thought would be a kind of, not exactly a bodice ripper, a sort of habit ripper, because it was about nuns and monks doing inappropriate things, really.
She lifted her arm and made a motion as if to stab herself. The friar's eyes followed with dread the course of the dagger. She had torn open her habit, and her bosom was half exposed. The weapon's point rested upon her left breast, and, oh, that was such a breast. The moonbeams darting full upon it enabled the monk to observe its dazzling whiteness. His eye dwelt with insatiable avidity upon the beauteous orb. A sensation till then unknown filled his heart with a mixture of anxiety and delight. A raging fire shot through every limb. The blood boiled in his veins, and 1,000 wild wishes bewildered his imagination.
I found it not only funny, but also rather, can I say this, arousing.
You can.
It
Anlegern garantieren, egal was ihr macht, ihr bekommt alles Geld zurück. Das ist das eine, was man mit der Situation betreiben muss. Das andere ist, es wird so unsäglich viel geschwätzt über den Euro. Schauen wir uns doch mal die fundamentalen Daten an. Als der Euro gestartet ist, da waren wir ungefähr bei 70, 80 Cent gegenüber dem Dollar. Heute sind wir bei 20.
so long ago, the Japanese toured Wales, and they made history by becoming the first Japanese touring rugby.
Hello, mate.
Yeah,
Take pictures in this store, mate.
it's not a picture. I'm looking for a disability scooter.
Sorry?
Disability scooter.
You don't have it.
You should do, like, so.
It's not. It's only in big stores. They have.
Yeah, but
not
like,
in small stores.
so what if a disabled person come into small stores? They can't have it like
We
that.
don't. There's no facility of disability scooter in the stores.
Okay, cool. Oh shit!
You want this, sir?
Yeah. She's got a light
What do you
on
want
me.
to?
I'm just filming this, alright?
Sorry?
Filming this, Permanent outdoor set, Warner Brothers Ranch, California. It's not really a ranch. And what they made a salad of it, separated the median from the hugely located track outside the sound stage. The speech actually coming from the mouth of the actors. Although the cinemas, rejection made, and the aspects of film only representing public cinema. Dog's buttocks, a beating, should be administered where it could not injure him. Yorkshire, they will never do well there. Double bassoon, festival plays. The objective of each player is to take the other whites. A movement diagonal to an empty square, which is looking for a place to relieve himself. The dog's brain moves apparently slowly. King Road. Not to them again. Bow hunting, blind man's bluff, must be hiding game. The Council for Promotion of Field Studies holds an intensive study of the all birds Scott held. They prescribe routes suffering various setbacks, planners to play, big business, and the imaginary scum of Whitechapel Road and Mayfair. By paying its value to the title deed. And then we got Jack O'Connell, the young Curtis manual, the comfortable stance, the forward defensive stroke, the weave, the position of the off-drive,
13.
the method of scoring, the placing in the field, the battling, he is caught, and he stops the ball. Field in positions, and the old coach Tom Emmett is used to defence the left line and hang out the back of the sole arbitrators of 1947. And now they grew and rearing puppies, occasionally giving the dressing of the soap. His food shall no account of being venerable and feeding in health. A dog kept entirely in the house without access to the garden. Shout short outcomings of several times a day, tearing flesh, crunching bones, good raw, fresh marrow bone, poultry, fish, and small chopped bones which splinter easily and should never be given to a hard dog biscuit. Lager harder, better, serves the same game purpose. Either this bone or that bone, given the first thing in the morning, suffices to break the dog's fast, provided the toothbrush drill is necessary for the well-being of the duration of his life. And here it is again, the fairy tale enacted. The hounds, 15 of them, good exercise and much fun, can teach the one a great deal about natural history and comedians of the Italian commedia dell'arte, who, acting with the masks in mind, spontaneously invented dialogue and became popular all over Europe in the early 16th century.
Right. Small man, the cage, one variable clockwork, electric and sleep bells. Plays a very important part in the development of suitable lanes, devices. Germans, the flanges were fitted, the engines never run the track satisfactorily. But the Royal Aero Club in probably Yorkshire, the way I'm going. What are these? The Mahjong pieces. The top row are 4 winds, the red, the green, the white dragons. The next row is the circle of the cylinder slate. by by a Greek peasant. Mathematicians from Windsor to the Polytechnic Stadium, Chiswick. They flock together, and that's where they give birth. The Cosmo Hounds moving off to draw a convert near Oakham. What are they going to do? Aniseed. They surround them with the aniseed. People with the ability to see visions in the crystal known as scryers. Barry, often scries. And the quality of the visions are said to vary. Usually the crystal grows milky or misty, sometimes black. And still pictures emerge. More gifted scryers hold that they can see coloured, moving images, while the most gifted say that the crystal disappears before their eyes and appear to be actually witnessing the scenes it reveals. Another equally ancient form of fortune is of metinkism, kind of automatic writing, especially in the East. Prophetic words are written by a supernatural agent, SC607. Musical programmers, because music is written for the ear, it is especially suitable for the medium of broadcasting. Bandstands, big orchestras, and people who have no consequence, but many works in composition in 1470 BC by a loudspeaker in the studio, and especially by a microphone, and welding them into harmonious, attracting tasks. Since when the narrator in London gives them their cue. Cornet, bridge, action bridge. Tenor, to be Regimental dance. Thank you, Edith. Quarter volume for 2p in the Dutch bookstore. Snappy Davy. Blossoms at Kew Gardens. The book collector usually works on definitive principle of selection. Daffodils and rare plants. Southampton. Sawfish found commonly in the Bay of Panama. What are they doing there? A tiger hunt on the border of Nepal. A line of elephants is beaten through the long grass. The end coaxing rather than driving the animal towards the hunter. High dwelling, nearby waiting, the beast to return, close enough to shoot. The tarpon, a great game fish. Attacked by sailors and fishermen. The spokesman steers in captivity towards a convenient beach and jumps at a public school wearing number 34 in a small ditch with women athletic watching them. The Federation Sportive Feminine Internationale. For the middle distance, Anderson, Pearson, Gustafsson and Strand watching by. Small road, often travelled, little appreciated, while the Ministry of Scandinavia depletes. A league match in Highbury. Oh, that's really going off on love. I know. Since you were. And then came shuttlecock with stringed instruments, harp, flutes and guitars. Hurdy-gurdy. Slurried, slurred, sordini. Cellos. Pose. Staccato. Legato. Pointed points of Lucas. Many Lucas. Not enough. I stopped a couple of people on the street today. What's my name? Johnny, you feel good to chat? I stopped a couple of people on the street today. Talking about Rhianna's, the Google. I've really don't understand why. It's okay. Here from there to there. No, from there to there. And there is not there. Tomorrow. Oh yeah. One discipline. Right. See these diamonds? The indicator of the future. Of the future. No, it's again. This ass is a bowl. It used to be a dust bowl, but now I have to live here. Do. Very, very often. Often by small owl, choked, saving. It's okay now. It's okay. What they do? I sleep. I think it's Scottish vegan. And there's ginger, and there's like, oh, all kinds of way. Woo! And the girls are tampons, and what do you do? You wait 5 days a week. Man, point, man. And then there was Jimmy Cranky. Woo! Boop, 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 boop. And I used to think that octopus controlled my tongue. Only you, he made the sky go blue. Holy, right. I've got a female anatomy for a face. Yes, okay. I wash quite often. It's alright. It's alright. Attracted to small. Until it comes up. Godfrey! I've got a clue in, girls with bikinis and girls with shave actually. Why not? With shave with precision and care. And you know, like
Salzburg, January 27th, Wolfgang Amadeus is born. 1761, at the age of 5, Amadeus begins composing.
In our little valley, they close the colliery down, and the pitted Mars is a supermarket now. Empty journeys red with dust, road to rest amidst the dust, and the pitted Mars is a supermarket now. 'Cause it's hard, it's hard. It's harder than they will ever know, and it's they must take the blame. The price of coal's the same, but the pitted Mars is a supermarket now. They came down here from England because our route was low. Briefcases full of bank cards that have never been below. And they'll close the valley's oldest mine, pretending that they're sad. But don't you worry, Buddy Bach, we're really very glad, 'cause it's hard, it's hard. Harder than they will ever know, and it's they must take the blame, for the price of coal's the same. But the pitted Mars, it's a supermarket now. My clean clothes locker's empty now. I've thrown away the key, and I've sold my boots and muffler and my lamp check 153. But I can't forget the times we had, the laughing midst the fear. 'Cause every time I cough I get a mining souvenir. 'Cause it's hard, it's hard. It's harder than they will ever know, and it's they must take the blame. The price of coal's the same. The pitted Mars is a supermarket now. I took my old helmet home with me, filled it full of earth, and I planted little flowers there. They grew for all their worth, and it's hanging in the glass house now, a living memory, reminding me they could have.
Hello, you have reached the voicemail of Pam Cox. Please leave your name or number and I will be back to you on my return. Thank you.
Hi, Mrs. Cox. Yeah. I'm an undergraduate in Salford. I got a slight chemical conundrum here. Like, I was walking on the street late at night. I ingested something, but it's okay. I walked in, like, my vision went blue, but I sellotape that caused the toxin to my chest, my torso, upper torso, left quarter. And I walked into, like, it's okay, but they give me some small reality injection, is fine. But I walked into a store in Boston, and I picked up a pack of onion rings, and it was like sodium 5 apostrophe nucleotide. I thought, is that poison? So what I do is I phoned the chemistry department of Oxford University and asked them. I expect to carry a pigeon every day, and that is Kristen Road. That case is like bleach. I'm not sure if bleach interferes with the homing tendencies of carrier pigeons. So, so please help me.
Up the wrong one. Off the shift.
What about that then?
Off
Magic,
the
eh?
shift. London. Bracken.
No, they can't.
Russian.
Except I know him, and I like to do friends a good turn. How are the doings now?
Right. In the 20s, like you said. 1,000 kid.
Well,
You grab.
Somebody's closing here.
She coming.
It's
Gingham.
for somebody's camping.
No, is it tech?
Wasn't
No,
Yvonne.
Hang on. Is this some scam you're pulling?
Listen, if you don't like it.
No, I never said that.
I should think you didn't. Eh? That's what you get in here is
And Bangor.
worth of anybody's money.
Bangor.
Really, we shouldn't be here.
No, it's all
Helen.
right, though. This is my boss's cabin.
Judith.
Well, I say boss. She's a very good friend of mine. Mrs. Bly, the cruise director. She's on leave anyway. All right. You happy now?
Yes. We're very,
Right. Well, things to do. Oh, Robin, things I want to go up top. See the leaving.
The he said to leave, to depart. Curtain wise.
well, that sounds okay.
That's lost. Come on now.
Deck.
You go if you want.
Mittag.
Raquel,
Zu
what is
Mittag.
wrong?
Nothing.
Yes, there is. You've hardly said a word since we were, well, married.
Mrs. Watts.
And it does hurt. Hold on a second. I have to get myself into the right position to do this. Yeah.
Did that happen?
We can't stop.
Keep for us.
Here's me thinking you were just yet.
Not just about it. I got a marvelous theory that
Double.
In actual
activities. Well, the cruise director. She claims to be a woman and all right to dispute it one way or two. I've been sorry to go because
Net. Booty.
Oh. No, I'm tired.
And it does hurt. Hold on a second. I have to get myself into the right position to do this. Yeah.
Barrel concrete.
I can't wait to get to bed. Well, no, what I meant was we haven't had much sleep, really, have we?
Yeah, what's the view?
Since we got married. I'm sorry about that. You know, on the train.
Currently.
Yeah.
Don't
You know them?
expect too much.
Plug him.
From me, I mean.
Morning.
You think you know me.
I'm Kevin.
You think I'm a nice person.
Of course I do.
You meet them Duke?
Good you are.
You meet them
And you know
Duke?
what more to me than that. Raquel, I love you.
Meet them Duke.
Shall we go to bed?
No, I'm too tired to go to bed.
I brought you a very special wedding present. It's only a pillow. I'll keep there while you're in the bathroom.
Gabble, gabble. Net. Booty. Bash.
Is that enough? Are you sure you don't want to go up on the deck?
No, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Aston button.
So am I.
Barrel concrete.
I can't wait to get to bed. Well, no, what I meant was we haven't had much sleep, really, have we?
Yeah, what's the view?
Since we got married. I'm sorry about that. You know, on the train.
The Ruben.
Yeah.
Don't
You know them?
expect too much.
Plug him.
From me, I mean.
Morning.
You think you know me.
I'm Kevin.
And it does hurt. Hold on a second. I have to get myself into the right position to do this. Yeah.
Good you are.
Meet them Duke. You laugh Duke. Why?
I brought you a very special wedding. I'll keep there while you're in the bathroom.
Gabble. Is awful?
Do you mind? Out! Come on, out! On the ship, not unpacked. Stand there, this is an emergency. Abandon. We don't get out of here. Hang on a minute. Look, there's no time for that. How can we be sinking? Oh, trust.
Do you let go? Rosen? Roti Boer?
It's all right, look, it's just... Thank you. Oh my God.
Muster? Pardon. Why?
I dare say you'll be giving them both an airing on this cruise.
And it does hurt. Hold on a second. I have to get myself into the right position to do this. Yeah.
Slats. Oh.
No, not passengers, Mrs. Blyno.
1, 2, 1, 5, now.
No recruits, my little crew. Be right back.
Meet them. Response. I'm trapped in the fridge, man. Look at. I'm walking past. It's like I'm the chiller from Manila. Look, my shoes. Lonsdale. Well, I can't see it now. You getting that? Yep. And then it's like a bloke says pimp. I ain't a fucking pimp, huh? I'd like to be a pimp. Everyone wants to be a pimp. You all want to be a pimp, man. Look at that. Look at that. Right. Is that my shadow? Oh, it's a stranger shadow. It is a stranger shadow. It's weird.
Look at somebody else's shadow on the street, huh? It's really strange. Look at that. I only knew. No, silent. Go. What is she wearing? I dread the thing. I was in at like 3 o'clock last night, my birthday, walking around late at night, soaking wet. You know, everyone likes moist people. It's great. It is really great. I try to think if some atomic crane picked me up, just threw me into a skip. I've also walked on the skip as well, man. It's nuts, man. I cut into rubble. Gravel. Absolute gravel. He played for Wales, actually. It's Ray Gavel. Strange boy. He could fucking pass that ball alive. I shouldn't say. Fucking, if you saw PUK, you can get a new phone as well. It's great. You can actually get a back cut. What's that? Look. He's just got a small, what's that? A droplet of water. Like a small lens. And then what? Moistness descent. It's all like a rain blessing, man. It's like a rain blessing, man. I know. See? Here it is. I'm not just trapped. I'm not just trapped inside a fridge. Fridge night! Chilling at A and B. Yeah, I've been trapped in fucking A and B. Yeah, that's what. Against my will. I only called for. And now, I'm putting in a bank without planning to rob it, man. I ain't no criminal. I ain't no criminal at all. It's wrong. I'm sure your periwinkles on there. I like small cockles, man. Yeah, I like small cockles. Oh, what is this? It's like an S. It's not a backwards S. It might be. What is a question mark? There's 96 of them. Mysterious. Mysterious. Yes, I know. Kind of weird, isn't it? Strange living in the fridge. Opposite height. They're probably all speaking about it, man. Speaker's Corner, man. I saw an L duck there, man. Really wrong, man. Really, really wrong. And it's time for Barabbas. It's like a new potatoes. Tatters my dirt. One day they'll riot. They will riot.
Just because I'm a human fly.
Man, this is like again, it's like it's 2 minutes in, man. I don't know what the heck it is. Can't really tell. It's just like time, equations, electric, go to see, that's it. But the eggs are growing, man. The year. It's all fine. So like don't smell steam to the screen, but occasionally I can, man. Jeez. And like a reflection mirror, it's just like not mirror, it's just like just held glass trapped in like frame really. So we try to, but who knows? But yeah, the eggs coming right. I'm watching the world. You might be Atlantis, but who knows? That's just fucking that's just like it's like a casino now, isn't it? So yes. It's fine. This is like, I don't know. Who knows? Like, things I've got to do for food in this world now. It's just like, prior to Schwarzenegger forests. I'm just here now, waiting for the next part, man. Just remember all the songs. It's like it's the end now, really, so I can move on. It's just like Daniel, Rock Badgers, Lizard King, man. So I can move on 50 years ago. I watched people resolve though, but right, man. I'm going to tank in New Zealand doing my stuff now, so but nice. These eggs are pretty cool, man. So you can tell it's vegetarian bird. They live with brown spots, and if the birds move, the spots move too. So it's cool. I'm moving on it. So Valentine's Day as well. So something I'm really very good that fateful moment, really. So it's cool. It's good. It's all good. bit like a habit, man. Not a habit, man. It's just what's the time. But just like. I like it brought up John Carpenter film, Characters Given Nada. Used to be a zombie once, where like he didn't really come back from the dead. So I was just like, he did be a zombie, and like something that I was so good. He was a zombie. So I still believe in myself, man. So, but it's in there with myself. That's all I call it best. It's just castle, man. Like you walk up today, you thought it was like a Sonny Bob Williams, like Sonny Johnson, straight to the name. You don't have to check inside my cactus like the major organs of gland, sweat gland, would come to the body. Like women sweat like more than anybody, especially around me, so they leave like little notes in my pants. And then sometimes steal stuff from my house as well. Which I don't ask it to really, just steal stuff, but it won't even hide. Jeez. Jesus. I'm not really surprised. Edge right now. Yeah, this is like Romeo and Juliet, so whatever. Or I mean, cold water. Not Romeo and Juliet. That's just like. Right. Sometimes it can't be tapped after this one, but I'm done that really. Because to me, I'm passionate about birds and mammals or avians. So, if it was a bird, not an animal, I would get done for sex crime, really. And be reported in sex mess paper. This is really, really bad. We have classified of potential serial killers, really. And then we fucking frosties as well. That's just shit. Oh, that's all you ripped me, right? Well, but I'm afraid. No, it wasn't ripped. Ow, ow, ow! Shit! What? Oh no. That's the northern line, so it can't be. It must be just like a normal egg, really, so. And now I'm not Romeo and Juliet, because they try to find the space. I need some salt, some small wood ties and things, and a salvage record as well. Right. It's got bananas. Well, that's a shoe. They're dirty rocks. Alright. Well, I feel like I'm doing well. I can go from one cup an hour. Dirty, like, no. Sorry. That's a dirty egg. Oh, there's more than one. It's quite deep. It's got a weird print. Shit! Woo! The last egg before larder. If I ever mention hear the word fire on radio again, vendetta is the rule of human race. I know things were oxygen filled. I'm dreaming about this, yeah. Yes. Not in a good way. Ow, ow, ow. Right. All said for me. Hello, Jim. Hello. This is the event. My sweetest egg. Yeah. Sorry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. The movement of Battens, time beating, the orchestra of the BBC, and Dr. Sergei conducting the Boston Symphony Orchestra. Yorkshire, 1983, Yorkshire. A match between Australia and England in Kennington Oval, 1882. There's top hats, ice, and some very pretty clouds as well. Small wooden frame, no poisonous snakes. And some grahams in Wimbledon as well. Modern Greek dancers with archers, spears, and rather poor taste dresses, but you know, really good nice headbands as well. Current vogue, Greek games, and we've got the minstrel who belonged in a noble household, was frequently an accomplished singer and musician, and was often with a privileged companion, and then he threw a small makeshift glider with tie, mist in the background, low trees, minute trees, ballroom dancing, and some people, live players dancing on the martial drawings from the Romance of Alexander, 1340, Bodleian manuscripts 264, dancing on some kind of grapes of Rathline, not northern. First bloke, Battle of Hastings, Kynes, very special part of the social life of the day, and very welcome amongst castles. And a Roman skater performing, not a Roman skater, travelled from Russia in 1340. It was like two travel. Oh, where is she? Where is it? Actually, first eyes, it looks like she's been working out. Never mind the hair. And she's performing. What is that? Riding a buck jumper on Yellowstone Rodeo in the USA with Enya. And that's what we call a clan. What are they doing? A game of Baldo and cock. These kinds of rhymes and songs sometimes accompany skipping. I've walked them and skipped a couple of times. It's my favourite home metal, Amon, in the book.
Woodwind, 8 players, 2 flutes, 2 oboes, 2 clarinets, and 2 bosoms. Pele, horns, players, and 1 harp. 1 player, 22 of them. No, it's 80 strings actually. Wood, pedal orientated, with a flute stop and a reed stop. Diminutive flex. First violins, cellos, basses, harp, and done. Captaincy. I'm back to Yorkshire again. Why? Always picking. I know. It's not the way to do it, man. It is not the way to do it. A scene from Drifters. This film, produced by John Grecian, the story told of the life of North Sea herring fishermen. Empire Marketing Board. There's 2 of them steel flutes, loads of smoke, and lots of hemp. Man with a hat. And Indy what? Kissing a child. Ever feed that thing again. What we got? Early playing cards, Jim woodblock, stencils, double-headed cards. I know the feeling. Canoeing on the rapids of Lattice Britain on Ask. Clan, San, Freed. I've walked those woods. I haven't walked water. Yeah. It's not winter. What is he doing to that girl? A semaphore. Rangers. Well, I didn't know they'd see Rangers practicing semaphore. Oh my god. There he is. A jolly appetite creator. A film crew from Evening Studios, Brindle Lane, Fleet Street. So that's what we call semaphore. Just Fleet. And we come. Oh, there he is again. Oh. Finish on the Derby. I think the Queen put some money on that horse. Take it by damned. What if that's... There he is. Deerstalk, wasn't it? On the Black New Forest. Argyllshire. Looking on the street. Looking. That wasn't the will. That's the world. It's in stone. And we got Punch and Judy show. Swearing at me. Arrogant. Strutting cock. Bottom. Pole slide. Bunting. Usually called Jack Ketch. Coloured Mezzotint by Brookshire after the painting by the 10 years the younger. 1610 to 1690. A long life, but not a forgotten one. What do you got here? A Harless scene with Harlequin Punchinello. What is he wearing? Oh, no wonder they get. You probably need to get a vote for you. What was it? 60? Yeah. What did he do to her? Reinvented the sexual parameters of the world. And the Walker Cup played at St Andrews. Oh my, probably. Chalmers. Shit, there. Again, these suits. I was just like, my word. Handsome wood-coloured blocks. French hand-painted wood blocks. And I painted the rapids twice. Ooh, what is this? Deck tennis. On the Queen Elizabeth. Cunard. Isn't that some kind of a fair? Yes, probably is. David Frost, 1814. Another woodcut. Question is, oh my word. A shot from Alfred Hitchcock's Blackmail, 1929. Sinister effect is produced by the skillful use of lighting. And that's where civilization comes from.
Isn't it Warner Brothers Ranch, California? It's not the ranch. Now what they made a salad of it, separated and kneading from the hugely located track outside the sound stage. The speech actually coming from the mouths of the actors. Although the cinemas, rejection made, and the aspects of film are very little represented in public cinema. Dog's buttocks, a beating, should be administered where it could not injure him. Yorkshire, they will never do well there. Double bassoon, festival plays. The objective of each player is to take the other whites and move them diagonal through an empty square which is looking to a place to relieve himself. The dog's brain moves apparently slowly. King's Road. Not there again. Boar hunting, Blind Man's Bluff, what's hiding in? The Council for Promotion of Field Studies holds an intensive study of all birds Scott held. A prescribed route suffering various setbacks planned us to play big business and the imaginary scum of Whitechapel Road and Mayfair by paying its value to the title deed. And then we got Jack O'Connell, the Young Curtis Manual, the comfortable stance, the forward defensive stroke, the weave, the position of the off drive, the method of scoring, the placing of the field, the battling. He is caught, and he stops the ball. Fielding positions. And the old coach Tom Emmett is used to defence the left line and hang out the back of the sole arbitrators of 1947. And now they groom and rearing puppies, occasionally giving the dressing of the soap. His food shall no account of being venerable and beaten in health. A dog kept entirely in the house without access to the garden. Shout short outcomings of several times a day, tearing flesh, crunching bones, good raw, fresh marrow bone, poultry, fish, and small chopped bones, which splinter easily and should never be given to a hard dog biscuit. Lager harder, better, serves the same game purpose. Either this bone or that bone, given the first thing in the morning, suffices to break the dog's fast, provided the toothbrush drill is necessary for the well-being of the duration of his life. And here it is again, the fairy tale enacted. The hounds, 15 of them, good exercise and much fun, can teach the one a great deal about natural history and comedians of the Italian Commedia dell'arte, who, acting with the masks in mind, spontaneously invented dialogue and became popular all over Europe in the early 16th century.
Right. Small man, the cage, one variable clockwork, electric and sleepers, plays a very important part in the development of suitable lanes, devices. Germans, the flanges were fitted, the engines never run the track satisfactorily, but the Royal Aero Club in probably Yorkshire, the way I'm going. What are these? The Mahjong pieces. The top row are 4 winds, the red, the green, the white dragons. The next row is the circle of cylinder slate by a Greek peasant. Mathematicians from Windsor to the Polytechnic Stadium, Chiswick. They flocked together, and that's where they gave birth. The Cosmo Hounds moving off to draw a convert near Oakham. What are they going to do? Aniseed. They surround them with the aniseed. People with the ability to see visions in the crystal are known as scryers. Barry, often scries. And the quality of the visions are said to vary. Usually the crystal grows milky or misty, sometimes black and white. Still pictures emerge. More gifted scryers hold that they can see coloured, moving images, while the most gifted say that the crystal disappears before their eyes and appear to be actually witnessing the scenes it reveals. Another equally ancient form of foretelling is of knitting and kissing. kind of automatic writing, especially in the East. Prophetic words are written by a supernatural agent, SC-607. Visual programmers, because music is written for the ear, it is especially suitable for the medium of broadcasting. Bandstands, big orchestras, and people who have no consequence, but many works in composition in 1470 BC by a loudspeaker in the studio, and especially by a microphone, and welding them into harmonious and crafting tasks. Since when the narrator in London gives them their cue. Cornet, bridge, action bridge. Tenor to the regimental dance. Thank you, Edith. Quarter volume for 2p in the Dutch bookstore. Snaffy Davy. Blossoms at Kew Gardens. The book collector usually works on definitive principle of selection, Darwinism, rare plants. Southampton. Sawfish found commonly in the Bay of Panama. What are they doing there? A tiger hunt on the border of Nepal. A line of elephants is beaten through the long grass. I know that feeling. The undergrowth coaxing rather than driving the animal towards the hunter. High dwelling, nearby waiting, the beast to return, close enough to shoot. The tarpon, a great game fish. Attacked by sailors and fishermen. The spokesman steers his captivity towards a convenient beach and jumps at a public school wearing number 34 in a small ditch with women athletic washing them. The Federation Sportive Feminine Internationale. For the middle distance, Anderson, Pearson, Gustafsson and Strand watching by. Small road, often travelled, little appreciated, while the Ministry of Scandinavia depletes. A league match in Highbury. Now that's where you got an arse on love. I know, since you would. And then a game of shuttlecock with stringed instruments, harp, lutes and guitars. Hurdy-gurdy. Slurried, slurred, sordini, cellos, harmonics, oppose, staccato, legato. Point to point of Lucas. Many Lucas. Not enough. The movement of battens, time beating, the orchestra of the BBC, and Dr. Sergei conducting the Boston Symphony Orchestra. Yorkshire 1983 Yorkshire, a match between Australia and England in Kennington Oval 1882. There's top hats, ice, and some very pretty clouds as well. Small wooden frame, no poisonous snakes, and some greyhounds in Wimbledon as well. Modern Greek dancers with archers, spears, and rather poor taste dresses, but they've got really good nice headbands as well. Current vogue, Greek games, and we've got the minstrel who belonged in a noble household, was frequently an accomplished singer and musician, and was often with a privileged companion, and then he threw a small makeshift glider with tie, mist in the background, low trees, minute trees, ballroom dancing, and some people, live players dancing, although
Marshall drawings from the Romance of Alexander, 1340, body manuscripts 264, dancing on some kind of grapes of Rathline, not Northern. First bloke, Battle of Hastings, Kynes, very social part of the social life of the day, and very welcome amongst castles. And a Roman skater performing, not a Roman skater, travelled from Russia in 1340, was like two travel. Oh, where is she wearing? Actually, those ties looks like she's been working out. Never mind the hair. And she's performing. What is that? Riding a buck jumper on Yellowstone Rodeo, USA, with Enya. And that's what we call a clan. What are you doing? A game of Baldo and cock. These kinds of rhymes and songs sometimes accompany skipping. I've walked them a skip a couple of times. It's my favourite home metal. Aim on in the book. Woodwind, 8 players, 2 flutes, 2 oboes, 2 clarinets, and 2 bosoms. Pele, horns, players, and 1 harp. 1 player, 22 of them. No, it's 80 strings actually. Wood, pedal orientated, with a flute stop and a reed stop. Diminutive flex. First violins, cellos, basses, harp, and done. Captaincy. I'm back to Yorkshire again. Why? I'm always thinking. I know. It's not the way to do it, man. It is not the way to do it. A scene from Drifters. This film, produced by John Grecian, the story told of the life of North Sea herring fishermen. Empire Marketing Board. There's 2 of them steel plates, loads of smoke, and lots of hemp. Man with a hat. And an Inuit kissing a child. I won't ever feed that thing again. What we got? Early playing cards, chain woodblock, stencils, double-headed cards. I know the feeling. Canoeing on the rapids of Atlantis, Britain on Usk. San Freed. I've walked those woods. I haven't walked water yet. It's not winter. What is he doing to that girl? A semaphore. Rangers. I didn't know they'd see rangers practicing semaphore. Oh my god. There he is. A Jolly Appetite creator. A film crew from Ealing Studios, Brindle Lane, Fleet Street. So that's what we call semaphore. Just Fleet. And they come. Oh, there he is again. Bloody. Oh. Finish on the Derby. I think the Queen put some money on that horse. Take it by damned. What is that? There he is. Deerstalker, isn't it? On the Blackney Forest. Argyllshire. Looking on the street. Looking at the flowers in the world. That's the wold. It's in stone. And we got a bunch of Judy Show swearing at me. Arrogant, strutting cock. Bottom, pole slide. Bunting. Usually called Jack Ketch. Coloured Mezzotint by Brookshire after the painting with a 10 years the younger. 1610 to 1690. A long life, but not a forgotten one. What do you got here? A Harlequin scene with Harlequin Punchicillo. What was he wearing? Oh, no wonder they get. You probably need to get a vote for you. What was it? What did he do to her? Reinvented the sexual parameters of the world. And the Walker Cup played at St Andrews. Oh my, probably. Chalmers. Shit, yeah. Again, these suits. I'm just like, my word. Handsome wood-coloured blocks. French hand-painted wood blocks. And I paint the rapids twice. Ooh, what is this? Deck tennis. On the Queen Elizabeth. Cunard. Isn't that some kind of a fair? Yes, probably is. David Frost, 1814. Another woodcut.
81 years. The question is, oh my word, a shot from Alfred Hitchcock's Blackmail, 1929. Sinister effect is produced by the skillful use of lighting. And that's where civilization comes from, by lightning. Alright. Small man. The cage, one very with clockwork, electric and sleepless. Plays a very important part in the development of suitable aliens. Devices, the Germans, the flanges were fitted, the engines never run the track satisfactorily. But the Royal Aero Club in probably Yorkshire, the way I'm going. What are these? The Mahjong pieces. The top row are 4 winds, the red, the green, the white dragons. The next row is the circle of the cylinder slate by by a Greek peasant. Mathematicians from Windsor to the Polytechnic Stadium, Chiswick. They flock together, and that's where they give birth. The Cosmo Hounds moving off to draw a convert near Oakham. What are they going to do? Aniseed. They surround them with the aniseed. People with the ability to see visions in the crystal known as scryers. Barry, often scries. And the quality of the visions are said to vary. Usually the crystal grows milky or misty, sometimes black and white. Still pictures emerge. More gifted scryers hold that they can see coloured, moving images, while the most gifted say that the crystal disappears before their eyes and appear to be actually witnessing the scenes it reveals. Another equally ancient form of foretelling is of knitting, kind of automatic writing, especially in the East. Prophetic words are written by a supernatural agent, SC-607. Visual programmers, because music is written for the ear, it is especially suitable for the medium of broadcasting. Bandstands, big orchestras, and people who have no consequence, but many works in composition in 1470 BC by a loudspeaker in the studio, and especially by a microphone, and welding them into harmonious, attracting tasks. Since when the narrator in London gives them their cue. Cornet, bridge, action bridge. Tenor to the regimental dance. Thank you, Edith. Quarter volume for 2p in the Dutch bookstall, Snaffy Davy. Blossoms at Kew Gardens. The book collector usually works on a definitive principle of selection. Some rare plants. Southampton. Sawfish found commonly in the Bay of Panama. What are they doing there? A tiger hunt on the border of Nepal. A line of elephants is beaten through the long grass. I feel the end coaxing rather than driving the animal towards the hunter. High dwelling, nearby waiting, the beast to return, close enough to shoot. The tarpon, a great game fish. Attacked by sailors and fishermen. The spokesman steers his captivity towards a convenient beach and jumps at a public school wearing number 34 in a small ditch with women athletics washing them. The Federation Sportive Feminine Internationale. For the middle distance, Anderson, Pearson, Gustafsson and Strand watching by. Small road, often travelled, little appreciated, while the Ministry of Scandinavia depletes. A league match in Highbury. Oh, that's really quite awesome, though. I know. Since you were. And then a game of shuttlecock with stringed instruments, harp, lids and guitars. Hurdy, but hurdy-gurdy. Hurdy-gurdy. Slurried, slurred, sordini. Cellos. Harmonics. Propose. Staccato. Legato. Point to point of Lucas. Many, many Lucas. Not enough. Permanent outdoor set, Warner Brothers Ranch, California. I don't think it's a ranch. Now what they made a salad of it, separated the kneading from the hugely located track outside the sound stage. The speech actually coming from the mouth of the actors. Although the cinemas, rejection made from the aspects of film are very little represented in public cinema. Dog's buttocks, a beating, should be administered where it could not injure him. Yorkshire, they will never do well there. Double bassoon, festival plays. The objective of each player is to take the other whites and move them diagonally through an empty square, which is looking to a place to relieve himself. The dog's brain moves apparently slowly. King's Road. Not that again. Bow hunting, blind man's bluff, what's the hiding game? The Council for Promotion of Field Studies holds an intensive study of the all birds Scott held. A prescribed route, suffering various setbacks, planned us to play big business and the imaginary scum of Whitechapel Road in Mayfair by paying its value to the title deed. Greta!
Take a shot. 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 Take a shot.
Oh, Jackie. Oh. Oh. Hey, trust me, I'm in the mood.
Execution Radio.
leave your name or number and I will be back to you on my return. Thank you.
Hi, Mrs. Cox. Yeah. I'm undergraduate in Salford. I got a slight chemical conundrum here. Like, I was walking on the streets late at night, and ingested something. But it's okay. I walked in, like, my vision went blue, like cell tape, that caused the toxin to my chest, my torso, upper torso, left quarter. And I walked into, like, it's okay. They give me some small blowout injection this one. But I walked into a store in Bolton and I picked up a pack of onion rings, and it was like sodium 5 apostrophe nucleotide. I thought, is that poison? So what I do is I phoned the chemistry department of Oxford University and asked them. I expect to carry pigeon every day, and that is Christian Road. A case is like bleach. I'm not sure if bleach interferes with the holding tendencies of carrier pigeons. So it was like so please help me.
your eyes, you're not even trying. Like, I'm trying. Thinking about it. That's my friend. Found one on the floor you could do it. I was like, yeah, I was trying to find it.
There's a strange noise in the background, man. Sometimes you're just like, I don't know. Wolves? Not the wolves. Ain't no wolves. Live in the basement in the beige water. Yes. Ethics models, stitching glue, carrier bags. Actually, I prefer like biodegradable stuff, like dreams. Do wolves carry guns? If a wolf carry gun, what kind of caliber would it have? 22, 44, 2244, 2244. It's strange. Just like feral animals living underground. Never mind the foxes. It's too much. Actually, there's not enough foxes in the world, man. You walk on Primark, you got like Americans shopping for underwear. And they go, what size do you want? Mexico. And then they buy cheap rate pharmaceuticals for them, and they push them underwater like the Estonians do with vodka. Oh my god, it's ridiculous, man. It is ridiculous. They've got pipes underground shooting, what about 4XXXX, or 4XX, XXL, XXL, and that's just for the president's wife. Never mind his fucking dog. Jeez. And it's really bad, man. Sorry, Mr. President. I hope he does send Donald Rumsfeld after me. You know he's like. He's a war hawk. War hawk. Or a yeah, it's fine. I don't think he's going to swear it, Rumsfeld, because he's got waffling. Turkey. This thing there, little coxcomb. Right. There's a coxcomb. There's Donald Rumsfeld. No. There's Theory. He smells only 5, man. You get a hole in the throat. And it's brown, man. Oh, God. That's a really unattractive shot, man. Look. See? Light cutting. Where is it? I have got teeth, but in Prague, I don't know, but starting. There's a film called The Lives of Others, the guy who hides typewriters under like after wood, Canadian wood, aged, well oaked, and David Gower rubs linseed oil over him, and he batters his wife for him. Oh man, gentleman, don't trust him with linseed oil, man. Batters the bitch out of him, man. You can't batter a bitch or a man unless he goes for a sex change, man. Then you can batter a bitch, man. It's wrong. Sorry. Did they come in when I was making room for more music and bones? Yeah, I actually store music in my bones. It is ridiculous, man. I think these bones are mine. Yeah. These bones are mine. Right. Let's get that. Let's roll. Roll. Now, there's a championship in Northern England where they don't have TV. Radio, like radio and TV signals, go through this atmosphere. They're in the void, man. They're in the void. They don't have TV there. What they do is knit wooden penises, and they just decorate the trees now. You walk around, it's a cock forest now. And bottom of the Northern Line, I know I'll show you all those, it's cock fosters. That's what they foster cocks, woolen cocks. Oh, yeah. They really do well. He's awesome. He's fucking cocks and trees. Where did they get the ball from? Fucking, I don't know, Argentina, Patagonia, hidden in the fucking, I don't know, why. This really is quite strange, man. That's right. I thought with them, they don't play much. Just wheels, guitar, sometimes a dribble of oil. No, but this game, just put it back out for him. It's disgraceful. Why do we have one single currency? Why do we have one world for shells? No, inside the shells, right, is... Where is that? There it is. Hello. Oh. Inside the shells is a map of Düsseldorf, musical Strasse, yeah, where Johann Strauss used to live. Musical Strasse, Johann Strauss, and it's quite a good program actually, but really it's quite unusual. But you shouldn't say that. I was at St. Martin's Field this morning, talking to a Polish guy who was in about in some Jews, synagogues, Christian belief. He said he had a beard, reading Michael Moore, talking about dangling dongles. Oh, it was like that's good. You've got 10 foot tall, beard, being hat, not the same world and cocks, all cockbusters. It's like it's hard to them. I think I might read something I've written earlier on actually. We have here what these is just like a documentary with a storm. These are just pictures of Licky Lick, Maple, Ishi Kunak, Canadian, yeah. Line cut mullet, battered soaking chili, then get the hot noodle kebab. Mine's arms, put my area on, gas, CPRS, taxes, and then I don't think I've gone like that in the beginning. We have like Alf McGuinness. I'm sure he's a Christian, but you just didn't realise, man. Bobby Ball, Michelle Pfeiffer. What is it? When I look into your eyes, I see Private Viewing and Old Style. Oh my God. Beatles Are Soon and Every Man Likes a Free Woman. So, Free Woman, easy smiles, and she sighs away the bed, man.